and welcome back to Two Guys One Scale. This looks like it used to. We had big plans to do this after the triathlon in Grant Park in Chicago, but timing, all sorts of stuff, it just didn't tend to work out. But
No, it didn't.
we did the try, which we're definitely getting into. But we got a good show today. I am Scott.
And I'm Chuck.
And yeah, this is Two Guys One Scale.
Oh, I gotta go get one.
Got the Miko cart going today, dude. Got 24 of them in the fridge.
Wow.
Yeah, I just bought 12 more tonight.
That's so awesome.
It tastes very, very good.
I'm not drinking water. I'm drinking mango cardo.
Yeah. So, so we weren't able to do this together, which is kind of a bummer. But I brought all the podcasting equipment because I thought we were going to be able to do it together. But we weren't able to do it at the park. We had all the stuff to do it, but it was just kind of a clusterfuck of a day.
Yeah,
but
logistical nightmare.
It was a logistical nightmare. But we did the Chicago Triathlon. It was awesome overall.
Amazing.
It was amazing. It was amazing. There was a lot of things that were kind of frustrating with it, but overall, it was a great experience. And
yes, it was.
Yeah, I was thinking about if I want to do it again next year, and I think I do. Because it's Monday now. We did it yesterday. It was a long fucking day. I can't even imagine how long it was for you. So to get into it, the reason we're not together right now is I am at my parents' vacation house on Lake Michigan, like directly across the lake from Chicago, and Charles is back home. So
yeah,
I'm about an hour and 20 minutes away from Chicago. So that's my whole drive that I had yesterday. And Charles drove all the fucking way home after doing a triathlon, which is nuts.
I drove to your house.
Yeah, so he drove like 40 minutes past his house to drop off our friend Alex, who came with us.
Yeah. See, I was really nervous because when I spoke to Alex last on our way home, he's like, I don't think Scott wants to do this one again. I'm like, I'm going to have to talk him into it because I want to do the Olympic next year here because it was so much fun. It really was.
So overall, the course was amazing. I mean, it was just very cool to swim right in downtown Chicago, to bike on Lakeshore Drive, go over the drawbridge over the Chicago River, see the Sears Tower, whatever the hell it's called now, and then run, around the Shedd Aquarium down to Soldier Field, where the Bears are hyping up to have a good season, maybe make playoffs, So the setting was amazing. The whole event itself was kind of a fucking mess, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe it's just because this is our first real try, right? This is our first.
It was huge. I mean, there was like 7,300 people doing it.
Yeah, 8,500 people at the end.
Oh, 8,500?
Another 1,200 flew in and registered the day before. Yeah.
Jesus.
So
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of those were Olympic. A lot of those were like the super sprint the day before that, which was Saturday. The sprint only had like 2,100 people I saw. But
yeah,
I mean, just like the expo we had to go to the night before was kind of a mess.
Yep.
We had to go to a presentation which did not really give us enough information that we needed.
Well, and the information they gave us was wrong, right? So
yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And
then
I wish you'd have gotten there when I did because I had like 15 people in my presentation class.
Yeah, they said that ours was the fullest one of the whole day.
Yeah,
but I mean, I
over
get
1,000 people in there.
I get it timing wise. And then they didn't have the right color caps for us. They didn't have the swim caps that we had to wear. They didn't have transition bags for us. So like, they're all about these damn rules, and then they don't even have the shit that we're supposed to have. Which I get it is a lot of people. I'm sure it's a big thing to put on, but they've been doing it 40 years. And then on top of all that, we had to walk like 2 miles to the transition area, check our bikes in, then walk back. It just everything was just very spread out. But it's downtown Chicago. What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Overall, fucking awesome, 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 awesome experience. Though I feel very accomplished. It also was way harder than the last one that we did.
I feel like we did a real sprint triathlon, okay? Because that made the one we did earlier this year, which I still love, and we're going to do it again next year, obviously, or at least it's in the plans, right?
Yes.
This triathlon made that, or this sprint made that sprint its little bitch. Like, this was the real deal,
It,
Holyfield. This
it
was,
did.
yeah.
It did. It did. As you can see, we are very merched out right now. I like the yellow. I didn't even see the yellow. The
Oh,
yellow
yeah,
shirt.
man.
Dude, I got
I
this
would,
one. I got the finisher shirt because it's got all of our names on it. This is the one that we got for actually completing it. It says finisher on the back. Um,
yeah, I really like this one, man. This is like, they only had like 2 or 3 left, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting that.
yeah, for how big it was, they certainly did not have a lot of stuff at the expo.
They
Um,
wanted to make sure that they had no excess merch at the
yeah,
end of the race.
yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. But yeah, man, it was awesome. I mean, I'm kind of out of it today just because.
Yeah,
I mean, it was incredibly hot. It was incredibly hot. And me being from St. Louis, which is further south than Chicago, and Chicago normally is not as hot as it gets down in St. Louis. I was like, oh, this is nothing. It's not going to be that bad. It was bad. It was bad because pretty much the entire thing, besides the swim, and even the swim included, it was right in the sun.
I mean, the hour and 20-minute wait to get in the water. I mean, I was already burnt before we got in the water. I don't know about you, but we forgot sunscreen. We're rooks.
Yeah, we
We're
did. We're
noobs.
idiots. My
We're,
wife yelled
we're
at me about it.
dumbasses. We did not have sunscreen on. And these people are just spraying themselves down with sunscreen. And I just didn't want to ask for it and look like the noob.
Yeah.
And I'm paying for it.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, it was incredibly hot, man.
so I want to let everybody know how awesome Scott did. But first, I want to talk about how mother effing that wonder was. It was so
I loved
cold.
it. I loved it.
I I am so proud that I didn't quit right away because as soon as they were like 73 degrees is what the water is. I'm like, no, no big deal. And we're standing there
That's
sweating
cold.
profusely,
That's cold for
waiting.
what? Yeah.
And as soon as I jumped in, it was colder than a well digger's ass. It was so bad. Like my lungs, my asthma just straight up hit me to where I was literally breathing like this. Like that's all I could get in my lungs for about 2 minutes until I got acclimated to the water. And Alex finally admitted that it was freezing cold himself too, because the whole time he was like, "Oh, I just didn't like the people. I didn't like the people." And he finally said, "Yeah, it was really cold." I was like, "Thank you. It wasn't just me."
Yeah, I mean, it was cold, but I guess I'm just used to swimming in Lake Michigan. Like it's always cold, and this is like the warmest the lake gets in late August. Yeah, like when I was up here in May, I jumped in. The water was 56,
Oh
and I
yeah.
swam.
Oh, I've been in not Lake Michigan, but I was in one of the other Great Lakes, and there were still icebergs in it late May. Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
Uh, I will tell you, wetsuits, I was kind of like, dissing on them and stuff. Probably the way to go if you go up north for tries for the swim portion.
I ain't
But
no
I
bitch.
I feel really bad for those people standing there in those wetsuits for an hour and a half.
Oh, that had to be horrible in that
That's
sun.
terrible. It
Yeah,
had to be
and it is
so.
funny. Like the whole day before, they're like, "Oh, excessive heat warning, um, air quality warning, and all this shit." And I was like, if this gets canceled, before we get into results, I gotta start. So the whole thing was I was stressed out throughout the entire thing. Um, the most relaxing part of it to me truly was the bike ride. The entire trip was the most relaxing part, besides when I got back here and laid down all day yesterday after I got back. So, I get up at 5:30 in the morning. We start driving to Chicago on Saturdays because we got to go to the expo, check in, get our gear check our bikes, all that shit. I talked about the fucking bike rack last week. So I load up our bikes, all our shit out. Our friend Alex, who did it with us, rode with me. We're about 25 minutes from downtown Chicago, and his bike flew off the back of my fucking truck and got run over. So the weekend just started off with a bang. Like I feel horrible. So like, subscribe, because we got to get Alex a new bike.
We need
Um,
followers.
yeah. We need followers. We need sponsors. I need to get Alex a new bike because he literally just bought it for the Peddlers Jamboree that we did earlier this year. I still feel horrible, like horrible about it. Of course, it wasn't my cheap road bike that I bought 12 years ago, 11 years ago, whatever it is. It was his brand new giant gravel bike. So, Alex, I'm sorry. He ended up renting like a $6,000 race bike,
It was
which was
awesome.
awesome. Yeah. So that's kind of a silver lining there. At least he was still able to do it, because that's what I was like. Oh my god, we came all this way and he's not even able to do it. I was
Yeah.
thinking of like going to my parents have a fucking road bike here, like an old road bike, like a Schwinn or something. I was going to drive out here and get it like an hour away for him, just so he was able to do it. But thankfully everything worked out in the end. There's definitely some lessons learned if we're going to travel to do a try again. Like,
Yes.
for instance, no way am I coming up and going back within a day's time again.
Yeah.
No,
I
absolutely
will I
no
will
way.
not be checking in or checking out the day before or the day of a triathlon ever again.
Yeah, yeah,
Never.
that's for sure.
It was such a club.
Hold on. I think that our video just cut out. Give me just a second here. I'm going to
Okay.
stop recording. All right, we're back. We had a ceiling fan emergency.
Whoa.
So
Tell me
my
more.
phone is my camera right now, so I had to use my phone for a minute. But anyways, I forgot what we were even talking about.
So we were talking about the swimming portion, and we were about to go into how awesome you did.
Yeah,
So
and how cold the water was. Yeah, it was cold, but I expected it.
it was freezing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was cold. I don't know. I thought it felt good because I was sweaty before we even started. And another thing, I had to walk a fucking like 2 miles barefoot because like I forgot my slides at home, which is my own fault. So we had to walk from the transition area to the swim start, which was literally about a mile.
At
And
least.
then where the swim ends, and then where you go to transition is another like quarter mile. So I had to like run barefoot as well to the transition. But like I said, still great experience. At least there was some carpet out that homeless people that were shitting and pissing all over overnight. Was there that we got to run on.
Everybody
But
was biking and riding on it the day before because they're just,
yeah.
what is this?
But no, the swim portion I did really, really well. I was very happy with my time. So we should just get into the results.
Okay, give me 30 seconds, okay? 30 seconds, guys. Give your results. I'm going to go get some statistics. I left them in my man purse.
Okay. All right. So both of us were shooting to do it in under 2 hours. Neither of us did that, but there's a few reasons behind that. One, the transition I just talked about. Two, the swim was twice the distance as the sprint that we did in St. Peter's.
Yep.
And three, the bike was longer. The bike was a legit 15 miles as opposed to what they said it was a 15.
It was like 13.2 or something crazy like that.
But
I think it was like 12.9 is what my
yeah,
my watch said.
yeah. But between the two of us, I did come out on top.
Yeah, he did.
I did
He
come
got
out on
his
top.
first win. He got the first W.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there's other things, but they weren't like big events like this.
Yep.
And it felt good. I felt pretty confident because I fucking absolutely crushed that swim. I did okay on the first half of the bike, and then the first half of the run, I felt pretty good about. It was just so damn hot, man. It was so damn hot.
When we went past each other on the bike, were you nervous I was going to catch you?
A little.
How about on the run? Were you nervous when you saw me when we went past each other on the run?
No.
Yeah, you were too far ahead.
Yeah, because like I thought where you were at, I bet you thought you were close to the turnaround, but you weren't.
No, I was.
It feels like the
I
turnaround
was.
should be way sooner.
Yeah, I was just because the 5K portion of the St. Peter's Rookies and Rockstars wasn't a true 5K either, which is why I didn't get the 5K badge at Rookies and Rockstars on my watch. It was like
We didn't get the 5K
2.9.
badge for this one either, though. I think at Rookies and Rockstars was a legit 5K.
So mine said 2.9 when we got done. So I didn't get the 5K
Oh.
badge. And I didn't get the 5K badge on this one either. It's like 3.05. I was barely off. So I still don't have the 5K badge on my on my watch.
Well, we just need to sign up for the Dogtown one, and we'll get the 5K.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
So
sir.
I'm gonna go over some statistics here.
Yeah. So I was just telling him like how we were both shooting for 2 hours, but because of like the transition area and the longer bike, and it was mainly the transition that I think fucked the 2 hours, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I actually ran a lot of that, and I know you did too. There's videos of us of this on TikTok as well, so check that out, and Instagram.
And huge shout out to my wife because
Yes.
she's running beside us with our 50-pound luggage backpack on her back with all of our
Yep.
stuff in it,
Yeah.
doing the videos for us.
Yeah, and she was cheering us on. I ran into her, and I knew when I was coming close to her because my watch would connect to my phone, and I'd get a bunch of text messages.
You're like, where's
I was
she
like,
at?
oh, Charles' wife must be coming up.
No, that's hilarious. So,
But as far as timing goes, Charles, what were you at?
2:23 and 57 seconds
And I was 2:18
and change.
and some change, yeah. So overall, I'm super happy about that. Obviously, the run I need to improve on. And I felt like I could have done better at the run, but I thought I hurt myself. I thought I pulled something in one of my legs about halfway through, and I told you that when I was running by.
I was like,
I think I hurt
a
myself.
chance.
Yeah, I was like, I think I hurt myself, man. Like my legs are just fucked.
Oh, mine were too. I even said that to you. I was like, yeah, so are mine. But then I
Yeah,
saw the pain you were in, and I
yeah,
took off really hard for like 20 seconds after we went by. I was like, I think I can catch him. And then I got to the top of the hill, and I was like, nope, just
yeah,
walking again.
yeah.
And that's where I met our new friend,
Yeah,
who now follows us.
yeah.
His,
Christine Lawless,
yeah,
shout out.
shout out, awesome,
They
awesome
did the
person.
Olympic distance,
Yeah,
and their time was super respectable. They said that they weren't super happy with it. They came from California by themselves. They worked on the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie, so it's sick. There was people from all over the place.
yeah,
It was a great time. They were super, super nice. It was great meeting them. Just the whole community is amazing. Really is.
yeah. Met a lot of interesting people. It was an awesome experience. You crushed the swim.
I
Like
did.
this guy right here, was it 15 something?
Yeah, like 1550 or something.
He did it in
That's
15.
faster than I practiced doing 800s.
Like
Significantly.
I was confident I was going to do 18 a month ago before I slacked off, and then I think I said 20. The day before, and I finished at 20 minutes and 31 seconds, which
It
was
was
a
1555.
2:44 split for one hundos. At the St. Peter's swim, 2:44 split. So double the distance, same speed. And
That's not bad. It's not bad at all.
and I was dead after St. Peter's, that swim, and treading water there, waiting to get out of the pool. Like, I pushed there. I was just trying to finish in the lake because it was my first open water swim. I did not want to hurt myself. I did not want to. I know you swallowed a bunch of water. Alex swallowed a bunch of water.
So much water. I swallowed so much water.
Didn't swallow any of it.
Come up to breathe, and just a wave would get me right in the face.
Man, I've got that slow and steady stroke to where I bring my head all the way up like I'm swimming in the ocean. Zero water I swallowed. I got a mouthful of water once and spit it out and had like marine engine oil flavor in my mouth. I'm like, nope.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Also,
Um,
I will say that the goggles did nothing.
the
Because
what?
the goggles, having goggles on, like you could see like maybe 2 feet in front of you with goggles.
Oh, you could see about 8 to 10 feet down though.
Oh, I didn't even look down.
Good for you because I was freaking out because I would see fish swim by. I'm
Oh,
thinking
I
I'm
did
in the
see a couple of
ocean.
fish going by, but
Yeah.
like you couldn't see anybody until you were like right up on them. I ran into like 3 people swimming because I was passing a lot of people during the swim.
I ran in a couple people's feet because they would just stop swimming in front of me.
Yeah,
Then I had
yeah,
people just like so in our 30-minute safety meeting that we had, they
hmm
said do not go to the seawall because there are zebra mussels and they will crap out of you. Go to the rope on the boat.
and everyone was the seawall.
Everybody went to the seawall,
Everyone
and
hanging
that
out
made
the
me
seawall.
nervous too, seeing all these people in front of us, like
Yeah,
not even making it 200 meters. And when I jumped
it
in,
made
I
me
was just
feel
like,
good. Like we're crushing these people, you know. Because you could tell everyone at these events, and this was at the St. Peter's thing too. Everyone underestimates the swim. Everyone underestimates the swim. Where I think we kind of overestimate it. I do think we train too much just for swimming. Well, at
I
least I
don't.
think I do. I think I do because that's the one thing I'm competitive in. Everything else, I'm like well below average.
Hey, you know what though? I don't think we train enough for it, to be honest with you. We probably average swimming 1.5 times a week. That's not enough.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. But the thing is, I could have pushed harder. I'm just not in that good a shape yet, man. Like
No.
I purposely conserved my energy, mainly because we had to fucking run a half mile to get to our bikes.
Well,
Because our T1 transition, mine was 10 minutes.
and mine was just under 10 minutes. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, so I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I probably stopped in the middle of my swim like 5 or 6 times to like look back to see how far I was because that where that super try, all those flags and stuff were, same thing that happened to you. I thought
I
that
thought
was
it
the
was
finish
in.
line.
I thought it was in, and I was like, "Holy shit, I crushed this!" And then
I
I
was
got
thinking the same thing.
I
I was
like
just
started
like,
doing breaststroke to the end. I'm like, "Oh, this is not the end. It's way down there."
yeah,
I don't even think it was halfway.
I maybe halfway. I was
Yeah,
so frustrated. I was like, yeah, I haven't been in here 20 minutes yet. You're right. Like
yeah,
it's been like 10.
yeah. And
I
then was my favorite part.
well, the bike was my favorite part too. It's just my bike sucks. I need a new bike. I'm using a hybrid, and it just didn't want to shift going up the hills the right way. I was really upset about it. Like I thought my bike chain came off 3 or 4 times.
Mm,
Like my splits go from 16 to 15. Like I even got back up to 13 or something like that on mile 12, and then
hmm
11 and 10 on the last 2 miles.
Yeah, when we rode like all the way up Lakeshore Drive for like 7.5 miles. I was loving it, averaging like 16 point something miles an hour. Turn around, straight into the wind. Felt like it was uphill the whole fucking way. The way back was brutal. The way back
I,
was
I felt
absolutely.
I felt like the first 7 miles was uphill too, like a slight, steady uphill. So I was thinking I was going to crush it on the way back.
Yeah, it did kind of feel like that, but the way back was definitely way harder. Um, but it was great. I mean, how when do you ever get to drive, ride your bike down uh,
Yeah,
Lakeshore Drive in downtown Chicago, like like over the drawbridge and like all that. It was the scenery was amazing. The run, I was just too hot and miserable to even take anything in, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, so my first 5 miles, I averaged 16 miles per hour. My next
Dang,
five
you were
miles, I
good.
averaged 14.3, which was still respectable because that's including the later. But
Mhm.
then the next 5 miles, well,
Yeah, there was a huge bridge. The drawbridge going back over the Chicago River, like right at the end, was a pretty steep uphill. That was tough. That was real tough.
I was really concerned with how many people had blowouts on their tires. Like
Yeah, I'm
I
surprised. I
didn't
went
take
over one pothole that I don't know how I didn't blow out my back tire because I kind of tried to bunny hop over it, but my back tire hit it, and like I thought I for sure. I was like
I
waiting to like feel it going flat.
I did not get to enjoy the ride like you did because I know you said you were looking around. I know my luck. and I would have went into one of the manhole potholes, and I would
Mm,
came back up. So
yeah.
I was watching for potholes the whole time.
Yeah, and there obviously had to have been some gnarly wrecks on there because I saw like pieces of helmets, some
Oh,
pieces of bikes. That wasn't the one that we got that I destroyed. You know, uh, yeah,
yeah,
but
there were helmets and everything. Like I was just like, I mean, I understand some of these people were going like 30 miles an hour at some point. So like if they hit a pothole, they're toast, right? But I don't know, man. Like maybe I don't want to get a fast bike. Maybe I'm just going to chill at 14, 15 miles an hour.
there were some bad ass bikes there, man. There really was, even more
I,
so than St. Peter's.
I saw my bike about 15 times, or more like
You
about a
want.
thousand times.
Yeah, the one you want. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kept changing every time one went by.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. But yeah, no, I mean, so like there were some frustrating things about it. There was some stress. I was stressed out about some things. I think we both were. Time constraints. Also, we started at 9 a.m., which is the main reason we weren't able to film this at the park because we had to get out of our hotel. That's another lesson learned. Like leave the day after. The finish line was great. Like there was actually a ton of people cheering us on, which was very cool.
Yep.
Um, and then like the after part, and to be 100% honest, like when I went across the finish line, like I think I was like overheated because I was like my vision was getting blurry. I went in the medical tent for a minute just to get out of the fucking sun, and they're like, "You want to get in this ice bath?" And I kind of I put my back in for a little bit, and it felt good, but I was just like I just need to sit in the shade for like just a minute, and I just need my heart to come down, and then I was fine. I ate a banana, drank a shit ton of water, stood under the shower that they had there. They just had shower with cold water, and then they had that like outdoor AC that was just blowing freezing cold air out, which was a
That
lifesaver.
fan was awesome.
Yeah,
I wish I would have seen the showers because I would have stood under the shower.
it was
Uh,
like right after we crossed the finish line. It was just right there. It
yeah,
was the
I
first thing
didn't.
I did. I got
I
one of
didn't
those.
see that.
They had like ice towels, like towels with soaking ice cold towels that I put over my head and over my shoulders. That helped a lot. It was just really
Yeah,
hot. There was
Scott's
a
done.
lot of people. There was a lot of people in the medical tent.
Scott was done so much quicker than me. He already had his medal and he was already back. He's like, grab the towel, go this way, go that way.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
there
Because
was
I
gonna
was
be
just wandering
anyone.
around aimlessly, like dizzy for a while.
Yeah,
But I will say, so like there was a bunch of vendors and stuff, and like we got beers afterwards. Portillo's was there, which is Chicago famous. I am sorry that you had to experience that Portillo's as your first Portillo's
I
experience.
was
That
gonna
is
say
not,
Bueno beef all day
dude,
over
that is
that.
not a good representation of what Portillo's is. That tasted like an Arby's fart. Like it was not good.
It wasn't even at Line's Choices level, Bob.
No way, dude. No. I'm glad you finally had Lion's Choice, didn't you? It's good.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm a huge fan of Lion's
I'm
Choice.
a huge Arby's fan, and I don't know if I can ever eat Arby's again after
It,
having
do it like they season it just a certain way at Lion's Choice. I don't know what it is, but it's great.
meat
And did you get to
tender.
argue with it? Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I had the beef and cheddar from Line's Choice. I wanted to put it up against my one of my all-time favorite sandwiches, probably. I
yeah,
put it up against it. It just whipped it out and smacked the crap out of Arby's. Like it just said, "Get
yeah,
out of here!"
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was so good. It's so
But yeah, overall, the try was an amazing experience. It felt like the first big time event we've done, and we've done some pretty big events. Like the Macklin Mile, there's a ton of people there. The Market Mile, there's a ton of people there. St. Peter's, there was a ton of people there. But this was like a no shit. Like it felt like a professional event, and because it was.
filled
I mean,
stout.
we'll have pictures up on our socials and stuff. We don't really have the ability to download them yet. They're like have a bunch of watermarks all over them and shit, which I don't get because we paid for the picture packages. But
Yeah,
um,
that's really frustrating too. Like I think waiting until what 11 before we got official race results in.
the
Like
thing is, there was a tent that said race results. It's just we were in such a rush to get out of there. I really wish we would have stayed around the finish line for like an hour. We were there for max 20 minutes.
uh uh I think we were. I mean, we sat at Portello's for like 20. I
Man, I don't
feel
know. I was so out of it, dude. And
Yeah,
then
we
having to
didn't
go
leave.
back to the fucking transition area was brutal.
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't leave the finish line for at least 30 minutes because we waited for Alex to finish. Even though Alex beat me, hey, good, awesome work, Alex. He started behind us, so he finished behind me. So
Yeah, and actually, I think him starting at the end of our swim wave, because let's just totally be upfront. Our buddy Alex, who did this with us, as soon as he learns to swim, we're fucked. Like we are fucked.
yeah.
Because he took quite a while in the swim, but he smoked us in both the other events.
Well,
And he almost caught up. Well, he caught up to you, and he almost caught up to me. It was close. It was within a couple minutes.
he even said he didn't even try hard on that bike. Like, I think
Yeah.
I think we're shooting ourselves in the heel by not getting a real bike because
I mean, mine is a road bike. It's not a carbon road bike, but also I'm not in the. I got to buy Alex a bike. I don't. I can't be getting myself a $5,000 bike anytime soon.
that's the crazy thing. Like these people on, I want a Quantina Roo so bad,
Yeah.
and these people, even whenever I was going 17 on 1 mile, this lady just zoomed past me, and she's
Yeah.
barely pedaling. Like she's just
Yeah.
going nice and steady, like 55, maybe 60, uh,
Hmm.
cycles a minute. Like she wasn't even grinding like I was, and she just like I'm like, what is going on? Like I feel like I kind of felt embarrassed riding the bike that I had at that event.
I mean, there was dudes on just like straight up Walmart mountain bikes that I saw, so I wouldn't be too embarrassed. Still
But
a
that
Trek
makes me
Dual
feel
Sport.
better.
I got the newer one. I love it, but I don't use it for races because it's not a road bike. You know, I mean, the thing is, we're gonna get there. We'll get big time bikes at some point.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily think it's gonna be
follow us
this
so we can
year.
get bikes.
I would like to get an. The thing is, for Lake Havasu, I kind of think we just need to rent a bike because getting one out there is going to be a nightmare.
I was going to talk to you about this off air, but I'm gonna see if there's like a third coast or something down there, and go ahead
Yeah.
and put our rentals in now.
Yeah, shout out to Third Coast Bikes. They hooked Alex up. They really did, and they really came through in a pinch. It did take a billion years to get everything all set up for him, but the bike
It,
worked great.
yeah, they had a line out
And
the
they have
door
like 50
because
people over there, like
yeah.
trying to get bikes set up because I don't know if anyone else was in the same situation as we were, but a lot of people didn't plan ahead, I guess.
Well, I mean, a lot of those were reservations too, because I was standing up there with
Yeah,
him. They're like, I'm here to pick up my reservation. They were waiting for 20 minutes for their reservation.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that was the stress level. The fact that we finished with the stress level and the greasy food that we ate because we were so stressed out the night before, like,
Yeah, we ate like absolute garbage the day before.
oh,
I
well,
had Casey's fucking breakfast pizza, had a chicken sandwich the size of my head the night before. Um, I guess that's really all I had. So it wasn't like a ton, but it wasn't good
what'd you eat at
pre-try food.
Wally's? I know you stopped at Wally's. What'd you eat
Yeah,
there?
we stopped at Wally's. I actually didn't get anything. It was the first time I've ever gone to Wally's and didn't buy anything. Deathridge got a cookie. It was awesome. I did try a bite of that. Um, but yeah, like I said, lessons learned. It overall it was a great time. Great time. If we do the Chicago try again next year, I say we come here and then just get a hotel in Chicago, like for the night after the try. Well, I don't even know how that would work.
I
Or
don't
we
even
can just
want
drive
to do
back.
that. I don't even want to do that. We can
Yeah, just
drive
drive back.
in. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
drive back. That way
yeah,
we
that's
can
true.
stay at the after party until we want to go, until we want to leave.
Yeah, getting there that early is going to be tough, though. I don't know. We're talking about a year from now, if we're even going to do this one again. Because to be honest, I started looking at all over the place, all over the place.
Yeah.
Just because the city, just doing it in the downtown was awesome. It was so cool. It was so cool.
Well, our new friend, I everywhere, all over the country,
Yeah,
and you start to think about it. I'm like,
yeah. I was looking at their Instagram. Shout out. They do this kind of stuff all over the place, running like marathons in the mountains in California. It's really cool. I don't
we
know
need,
if we're ready to do that.
we need to get on that level, Bob. I
No,
mean,
thank you. No, thank you. I would like to do a marathon at some point in my life, but I would have to put in some serious work running for like years before I'd even consider that. The half marathon I want to do just kind of gauge where we're at as far as a half Ironman. But my overall learning experience is we are nowhere near ready to do an Olympic. Nowhere near ready, yet alone a half Ironman.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, just there's no doubt about it. Because, like, when we did the practice one, we weren't really pushing ourselves that hard. And we walked the entire 6K. This one, I pushed myself pretty hard. The swim, I didn't just because I was trying to conserve energy. But then everything else, I was just like not balls out, but like I was pushing really hard that second half of the bike. And then the second half of the run, I wanted to quit, man. I was like,
Yeah.
uh,
The second half
both
of
my
life,
quads were on fire, and then they were locking up as soon as I would like stop running. It was tough, man.
I was very unhappy the second half of the bike
Yeah,
because like 2 or 3 hills I tried to go up and my gears just it felt like they fell off the chain, but I got lucky and somehow one stuck on there.
yeah,
And like I was literally going like maybe 2 or 3 miles per hour of some of these
yeah.
hills because I was just trying to not fall off my bike because it was that bad.
Yeah, to be honest, so like the first half of the bike, I was having like a ton of fun. I wasn't like that gassed or anything, and I was like, "Oh, we're already turning around." Like that's kind of what it was like. I didn't even look at the distance,
Yeah.
and then I was like, "Okay, let's see where Charles is at." Then then I'm gonna see how much I gotta push the second half.
I
And
was
then I saw
closer.
you like a couple miles down.
I was a lot closer than what I thought I was going to be. I was only like 2.5 miles behind you at that
Yeah,
point in
yeah,
time. I was like,
yeah,
but the thing is I'm sitting there in my head, kind of like in the run. I'm like, okay, now I can push, and I'm like, my legs are already toast. I'm gassed right now.
yeah.
Like, but the start of the bike, you got to go up this hill, right? And I'm
I
like,
cruised up that thing. I think just my adrenaline was pumping, man. I cruised up that hill.
that's the best hill I've
That-
ever done in my life, right?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not lying.
Like
I,
going up from the park up to Lakeshore Drive. Yeah,
I
I flew up that.
I think I passed 5 or 6 people going up that hill, and I'm
Did
just
you
like,
did you touch the lady with the power up mushroom sign?
no,
She had a big power up like Mario mushroom sign. It said hit the power up shroom, and I went by and slapped it, and then took off up the hill. I think it's just my adrenaline going.
that's
It's cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
No,
but
I mean, I'm kind of upset with my time, obviously. I mean, but when I look back at it, like,
no, we need to feel accomplished, man.
oh, I know. But I did it a little bit slower on the bike this time than I did at St. Peter's. Kind of upset about that.
Well, I mean, we did it. It was a mile and a half longer.
And well, I'm saying just my pace was just a little bit because those 2 miles I fell off, or I would have done it
Yeah,
faster.
the last
Um,
mile was really tough. It was all uphill.
I did a 10 minute mile per hour or 10 mile per hour mile. So that was 6 minutes right there, Bob. I
Yeah,
added 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes off on my time right there in that last mile. And then my run was 5 minutes, exactly 5 minutes slower than what it was in St. Peter's.
yeah,
Very upset about that.
that
Very
was the
upset.
fastest 5K I've ever done. Still, somehow, which is not. Just let me qualify. Is not fast, but I did it. The last one I did was that Biz Dash 5K. I did it in 45 minutes and like 50 seconds or something, and this one was 45 minutes, like 20 seconds. So like,
Yeah.
I'll take it. I mean, I ran probably a good mile, mile and a quarter of the 5K. It was all in the first half, except for that downhill on the way back. After the turnaround, when you go down that hill into that tunnel, I ran that. And then I
Yeah.
ran the last like zero point 0.1 mile with all the people cheering on the sides.
You can't walk that, man.
No, dude, no way, no
I
way. And
passed
I
like
was
two
like,
or three people on
this
that.
guy was like, dude, you're in the home stretch. You gotta run. You gotta run. And I was just like, I wish there was a picture of that because I was like, I don't know if I can even do this right now.
I so many people were like, "You're almost done. You're almost done." I'd look at my watch. I'd be like,
No, we're not.
"Lies." I still
Yeah, no,
got
we're
two
not.
and a half miles. And
Yeah, no, we're
let's
not.
be real. We ran an additional mile in transitions.
Yeah, that's very,
Okay.
very true. Very true. Very true. Because our
They've got,
transition where our bikes were at was a good 0.1 miles from the run out.
and I've seen like past Chicago tries to where like you exit on the beach and the transition area is right there beside the beach and you exit on the sand. Now, I'm glad I didn't have to get sand in my feet because that would have been a separate issue for me in biking and
Yeah,
running afterwards.
yeah, for sure.
But maybe I would have rather have had that than running on a not a red carpet, a gray carpet covered in rocks.
Actually, to be honest, running on the carpet itself wasn't bad. It was walking there not on the carpet for me. Like the bottom of my feet are still like raw from doing that, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's literally just like walking on the sidewalk in Chicago, just barefoot for like a mile. It was brutal.
Try not to get glass in your feet. Like,
Yeah, because I definitely saw some. But it seems like we're talking shit. We're not. It was awesome. It really was.
it was.
I think I would like to do it again next year, but I almost feel like we should find another big one to do.
Because it was
You want
expensive.
to, huh?
It was expensive.
Yeah. I mean, and to be honest, like, let me preface this: it was awesome. It was great. It was kind of a money grab. It really kind of was. Like the pictures were extra. All that shit's been included in everything else we've done.
Yeah.
We got one shirt. The medal is my favorite medal that we have.
The metal's badass,
The
dude.
medal is awesome, and we need to get our names and times engraved on the back
Yes.
because there's a spot for it. We could have done it there, but I'm sure it would have been like $100.
Dude, it's so hard to find like biking caps and running caps. They
Yeah.
had awesome running caps, okay?
Yeah, I'm kind of sad I didn't get one of those. I got the trucker hat, and then I got the yellow one that like is for running. That's already disgusting because I wore it during the run, but it matched my new shoes, dude. It looked good.
That's awesome.
Looked good. But yeah, I mean, it was great. There's another one in like New York that looks really fucking cool, and it's a sprint. I don't know. Just something to keep in mind. Lake Havasu, I think, needs to be. I think we've all made up our mind we're not doing Carlisle.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing Carlisle.
My
So I'm
parents
going to
already
do a
canceled the
podcast
RV
in Carlisle.
reservations and everything. We're just not doing it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would be a letdown compared to what we just did. And to
What?
be honest, I don't want to do a triathlon in 2 weeks.
No.
I don't. I mean, it would be fun, and I'm sure I'd have a good time. But I mean, it's going out of town again, and like Alex doesn't have
Well,
a
it's in the
bike.
middle. It's in the middle of BFE, okay? Like we were gonna stay in RVs or in like tents because there's nothing around there. I
I
mean,
mean, there's hotels. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, maybe we'll do it next year. I don't know. But I think that concludes our triathlons for 2024. We did 2. I have a feeling if we continue doing this, we're going to do more than 2 next year.
a lot more than two.
Yeah, I think we should vision board update. We should shoot for 4 next year.
I have a feeling that we might do 1 or 2 every month, like a sprint.
No way.
Oh yeah,
No way. 2 a month?
2 a month.
No way. I won't even play 2 shows a month
Huh.
in my band.
So,
No way, dude. No. No.
oh yeah,
I would say like 4 for the year would be a good, because the thing is Lake Havasu is going to be big time.
we will gauge where we are at Lake Havasu because I have a feeling if we go out there and it's just the greatest experience ever and we just crush, you're gonna be like, I'll be ready in 2 or 3 weeks. Let's do another one.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We got to not gain any
I'm
fucking weight
Charlesing.
back.
I'm Charlesing
Yeah,
right now.
you are big time Charlesing, and we gotta be good over the holidays, even though we got a lot of stuff coming up. But anyways, back to the point of the podcast, we need to get into weight updates.
No.
Just like 40 minutes into the show, weight updates. So I didn't even look this up beforehand. I think I was 256, 257 last week. No, I think it was like 248, 248.5 last
48.
week. So if you remember from the last try that we did, we both gained a shit ton of weight afterwards, and it stayed for a while. 245 exactly this morning. Love it. Love it.
278.
Hey, you haven't gone up? And let's be real. We both have not ate great the last few days.
No.
I just ate some chimichangas, been snacking all day. I went over my calories today.
I mean,
But you told me you had a reward meal today
well, yeah.
after your entire day of eating yesterday after the try.
What do you mean entire day of eating? I don't know what you're
What do you
talking
mean? We did a triathlon. You
about.
ate
I'm replenishing my sore body
you
yesterday.
ate you ate you ate the beef and whatever, the shitty terrible Portillo's. Then you went to like Jollibee, I'm assuming. Then you went to an Asian market, and then you had McDonald's. Crushing. Hey, you know what? You didn't gain weight, and that's what's important.
And I didn't gain weight doing that, Bob.
That's yeah.
I had high point today, Bob.
Yeah. Boy, for those who don't know what high point is, it's like it's a glutton's paradise, but it is so goddamn good.
If you are a fan of the Steak and Shake Frisco melt,
Oh yeah. It's one of the best. It's too small though.
it's
As a fat guy, the Frisco melt, I could probably crush 3 of them.
it is an amazing burger. But you get the High Point Frisco melt, and you get like salted onions and mushrooms added to it, or you don't even have to get that added to it, but I do. It's one of the top fast food chain burgers I've ever had, dude. It's
I don't know
that
if I would
good.
consider High Point a fast food chain though. It's kind
Okay,
of like
well,
a Qdoba for
diner.
burger.
Okay, let's say
It's like a Five Guys.
yeah, it's
I
a
would.
diner. It's a diner burger. And if I'm gonna put it in a diner burger, kind of like your bar pubs and stuff like that, it
Yeah,
could be one of the best burgers I've ever had at like a pub diner place.
yeah, I would agree
It's
with that.
that
It is
good.
good. It's been a really long time since I've had, but it is great. But you told me what the other thing is you got with it. You got to explain what this is to me.
So they go, well, do you want any sides? I'm like, no, just burger. And they're like, well, we got a special today, mac and cheese French fries.
Yeah. All right, you
We're
can't keep doing this, dude.
what?
Getting mac and cheese French fries.
So it was awesome. It was stupid.
So, like,
Like,
what is it? Is it just French fries with mac and cheese all over the top of it?
no, they're like mac and cheese, like ooey gooey cheese, and like itty bitty tiny elbow macaroni inside a batter, and they look like French fries.
Oh man, that sounds real good.
Stupid. I tried one thinking I'm giving these to Tony at work because he's 26 and I know he'll crush them because I don't even want these. I was like, I'm just going to try them. I was like, it's like a
No
jalapeno
way.
popper.
No way. You're like, I'm not gonna like them.
I was like, well, I was like, I'm just going to try it, right? Because the
Yeah,
lady did a great job upselling it, and it was like $3. And I was just like, you know what? You put your heart and soul and passion into this upsell, so I'm
yeah,
buying it.
yeah.
I appreciated the salesmanship. Okay.
I mean, it sounds great. I kind of want it now. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I've been eating like, I've been hungry all day today. I mean, we did put our bodies through a lot yesterday, and I didn't eat a whole lot yesterday. I had the Italian beef, and then I had some Cheez-Its on the way here, and then I had deviled eggs and pretzels for dinner.
And mango carts.
I did have one mango cart, and I had one tonight too.
I
But you
think
know, my cheat meal was a little different. Mine was like I made myself a grilled cheese. I had some more of those pretzels. I was eating this like bread that my wife left here with queso on it. That was so good. And then I had some El Monterey chimichangas, beef and bean. You know those microwavable ones that come in
wow,
they
the
are
8
the
to 10
best.
pack
Dude,
that you got in
I've been eating
college.
those. Yeah, I've been eating those since I was a kid, man. Back speaking of like swimming and stuff, uh, after swim team, I would crush like 3 or 4 of those.
Which
Like,
color did you get? Did you get the blue? I always went with the blue.
the blue. The blue's the best. The blue is the best.
Yes. Hey,
Uh,
zero trans fat. That's what I always tell people. And they're like, are you the
yeah,
zero
yeah.
trans
They're
fat?
actually like not that bad for you. They are a lot smaller than they used to be. Like they're like 290 per burrito, but you gotta eat like 2 at
Oh,
least. But you know
Yes.
what the move is, dude? Schnucks sells Carolina Reaper pepper jack cheese.
Yep.
So like heat the burritos up until there's about like 40 seconds left, then put a slice of that on top of two of them. Microwave it so it melts all in there. Put some sour cream on top. Man,
Okay. Are you ready for this?
I am ready.
So same thing, because this is one
Yeah.
of my college. Because you used to get 10 packs in college. They dropped down to 8 packs now, right?
I know they dropped down 8 packs, which is bullshit.
So when
Inflation.
yeah, when you're done cooking it, do a little slice down the middle of it, hot sauce, half a slice of cheese on each one, put it back in for about 20 seconds. Boom. That's how I always eat them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when I go to Taco Bell, I don't get hot sauce. I don't know. I like hot sauce, but like I don't like it on burritos and stuff. Well, I like it like in Chipotle,
I was gonna say, I know
or
you like it in your Chipotle.
I do like it in like Qdoba and Chipotle. But I like when I like at Taco Bell, I never get their hot sauce. I don't know what
They
it
got the
is, and
best
like I
hot
like
sauce
that.
too. Fire is one of the best hot sauces there are.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
love fire, dude.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's been so long, I don't even remember. But I don't know. I just like sour cream
Who
with
doesn't?
like Mexican food.
Well, that's part of my diet. So, I, tomorrow I'm not. I'm gonna cut back a little bit tomorrow, but because I got to get all my stuff to meal prep.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna cut dairy back out again too, man. Like I started losing a lot of weight when I cut dairy out because I find myself hiding my
Probably bloated,
calories
dude.
with my cheese. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, the thing is, what I don't want you to do is be too restrictive and then fall off the wagon again. That's what I'm afraid of.
You know what? As long as I'm get
Or
down,
let's stay on this Mr. Hayes's wild ride. Let's do it.
I gotta catch back up. Okay, so I gotta go extreme for a little bit to catch back up a little bit. I
That's
don't
fine.
like being 30 pounds behind. Well, you were what, 14, 15 pounds lighter than me, so I'm about 15 pounds behind right now. I don't like that.
You know what I'm doing in a couple days? I think once my legs feel normal,
What's that?
I'm doing that 3 dune challenge thing by myself that I sent you. It's at
Nice.
Indiana Dunes State Park right up here. You climb like 3 huge sand dunes. Pretty excited about it.
Do you get a medal for that too?
Now you get a sticker from like the visitor center. It's like a national park.
So you're saying that I should have gotten a medal for that? Oh, I did get the National Parks Challenge.
Yeah. It was like National Parks Day or whatever when we did our triathlon, so we got like this Apple Fitness Award, which is cool. I like them.
Yeah,
They're like
like I've
achievements
gotten
for
lucky.
Xbox, but
I've
yeah,
gotten
I know,
lucky and
right?
gotten every one this year.
Yeah. Well, I have not. No, I think there was one you didn't get. It was like International Run Day or something.
Oh,
It's when we were in Disney. I just turned on Run.
yeah, I yoga. Well, let me see here. You're right. I did
I didn't
not
get the
get
yoga
one.
day. No, I didn't. There was one day. It was like meditation day or some bullshit that I didn't see till after the fact.
Yeah, I didn't get that one either.
I do like that. For those that aren't familiar, like Apple Watch, it has like Xbox or PlayStation has like trophies or achievements or whatever it is. It's like that for your health. It's right up my alley. It gamifies life. It gamifies losing weight. But speaking of that, so I was after the an absolute slug yesterday, and I was a slug most of today as well. So I was like, I got to get out of the house. It's me by myself up here till Thursday. Um, so I was like, I'm just gonna go walk around the outdoor mall here and just go look around. Didn't buy anything. Walked into because like one of my favorite shirts I own is a Ralph Lauren fucking Henley
Henley.
that I got there for like $10 on clearance. So I was just seeing if they had a new one that actually doesn't look like a dress on me now. Um, and this dude, I walked in, I was wearing this. I wasn't wearing my medal, obviously, but I was wearing this.
You should have. Extra
Yeah, I should
special.
have. And this
Extra
dude,
special.
like I walked in, his name was Gerald, and I talked to him for a good 20 minutes. He said he's been training with a triathlete. He's been working on losing weight and stuff, and I kind of told him our story, and I told him to check us out. So I think he's going to be listening to this episode. So shout out Gerald in Michigan City at Ralph Lauren. It was nice meeting you. It was cool, man. Like I told you when I was leaving, dude. I didn't think we'd be doing this shit. was no way. And I said the big, because he's like, the thing is like, yeah, I'll get up and work in the morning, then I won't do anything the rest of the day. I'm like, well, I got a friend, and we stay on each other to stay on top of this shit, and that really helps. And then we started a podcast. So
yep.
Check us out.
Hey, when you taking yours off?
I kind of want to keep it. Yeah, I need to like find a way to like cut it off without like totally destroying it.
Like it's kind of like with those bracelets people wear like all the time. I don't want to take it off.
Let's leave it on then.
It's accomplishment.
Shark bracelet. Tracks a shark. His name's Zipper. I wear a bracelet. I wear a fucking necklace. I have a man purse now. I don't know what's happening to me, man.
Yes, to the man purse. I'm so proud of you.
Right. That's right. But yeah, so we got to talk about what's next, man. Like I do want to do this. It's called the Dogtown Doggy Dash. It's in St. Louis. It's a 5K. You can run it with your dog. I think I'm going to sign me and my dog up to do it. I would love for you or whoever else to come on down.
What date is it?
It's the same day as the Carlisle Try.
Okay, so we got to go home that weekend now because it's my dad's birthday. So since we canceled the RV trip,
anyways.
Huh?
You couldn't do the try anyway.
Well, they were going to come here and we were going to celebrate his birthday here that weekend. But gotcha. I talked to my mom, canceled the RV. We're going to be going there for his birthday. So,
okay. Well, I mean that's cool. I'm going to do it. I'm sure. Maybe Alex will do it with me or something. I don't know. But looking forward to it. My dog gets a little metal too, so I'm pretty pumped about that. She's a metal on the bandana. Yeah. I
don't know how many times we got to say this. You want to attract more people to your events.
Medals.
Participation medals.
This style medal too.
You have to do participation medals. No ribbons, nothing else. Medals or trophies. I'd rather have a medal, but trophies too.
I mean, the Moonlight Ramble, I don't think needed a medal. I really don't.
Absolutely did. Absolutely did.
It's not a race. It's not even time.
It's an accomplishment, though.
It is an accomplishment.
It's an accomplishment.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it needs a medal. Oh, boy.
Erroneous. On all accounts.
How much sleep I got yesterday. I swear I'm tired. I think it's that mango cart and them chimichangas. And just me sitting here in silence all day.
So I think
I was going to ask you if we could record half of this tonight and half of it tomorrow, so I have like something to do tomorrow night.
Listen, sitting in the middle of the night, I'm so lonely.
The thing is, like, I lived on my own for a few years, and I grew to really love it. But now, like, being married and always having my best friend around, my wife, it's weird. To adjust. Weird. I mean, granted, it's been a day, but like to have no one here, no animals here, it's weird. But I'm gonna go into Chicago and see my sister on Wednesday night. And
you know what I did whenever my wife was at my parents' house for those 3 days before I went down there? I chilled at your house every day.
True. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I should not complain. I'm in a beautiful beach community. There's nothing to complain about here.
Yeah.
But I got people showing up Thursday night. We're gonna be doing some partying all weekend, so that the next episode's weigh-in is gonna be interesting, to say the least.
I'm just training. Like I think I'm
not gonna go into a week-long eating like shit binge mode like we did after the last try.
No, I'm wearing this L on my shoulder for the next 6 months, and I'm gonna use it for motivation. Because
I wasn't letting it happen this time. You know that, right?
What?
I wasn't letting it happen this time because the swim was longer, and I knew that it was in the cards, and it was my race to lose. If it wasn't for the swim, I think he would have caught me. Eventually.
I mean, I just didn't show up in the run. Like, even if I just do the same run that I did in St. Peter's, we're right there neck and neck. And if I see you in with a quarter mile left in the race, I'm going to at least get up there because you started like 50 seconds before me, and I would have finished like...
Was it that far ahead of you? Because you were right behind me.
I was, but you had I had to wait like 5 people before you went. Like, you went, and then I was like 4 or 5 people behind you.
Because I thought we were going to be in the same wave at first, which would have been really interesting. That would have made me push so much harder, man. I'm almost glad.
I'd have been screaming, Scott, I can't breathe. Stop for a minute. Just study that.
Yeah.
No, I'm ready for. I'm gonna push really hard. Um, we need to look into Lake Havasu getting all the travel arrangements done next 30, 60, 90. Get ahead
Yeah.
of it this time. We've learned a lot this year with
Yeah.
tries, not just
Well, and we got
prepping.
to decide if we're going to do an Olympic or not. I don't
Look,
think so.
I think we should.
I mean, yeah, I do kind of think so, but the thing is like we can't stall out, and I can see us definitely stalling out between here and March.
It's not happening.
But it happened the last 2 months.
That's because we did a practice Olympic try, and it just kind of took the wind out
Then
of
why we want to do one for real?
because we're going to be a lot lighter and we're going to be a lot better shape. I'm not flying to Arizona. I'm not
Yeah,
pussyfooting
right.
around if I'm flying to Arizona. I'm doing
Is
big
it like unlimited time, like they don't cut you off? Because I mean, let's be real, it's probably gonna be close to 5 hours.
under 3.5.
No fucking way are we gonna improve an hour and a half by March. There's
Three,
no
three and a
fucking
half,
way.
Bob. We doing it.
3.5 hours.
3.5. You're going
Is it downhill on the bike the entire way? Do
it's
you go right
dry.
down a mountain?
It's dry, low 80s. No humidity.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that is a huge selling point. What is the swim like? To be honest, I haven't even looked at it.
The
Do you know what the
swim is
course is like? Is it flat? Even though when
either,
they say it's flat, it's totally not.
yeah, we were lied to this one. This is not flat.
I mean, the thing is, it was only like 274 feet of uphill, but it was just like constant uphill, a little bit of downhill, uphill, a little bit of downhill, uphill, a little bit of downhill. And it felt like it was that way both ways, but the way back was definitely worse. I do agree with you, though, reluctantly, that I do think if we're going to go to Lake Havasu, we need to do the Olympic. Even if it takes us 5 hours, which it's going to take us close. I'm just saying that right now. Because we thought we were going to do this one in 2 hours, and we both were over that.
So,
Is there a mile transition area in this one? I hope not.
no.
I just heard.
Let's look here. It's March 17th.
I just heard your smoke detector beep.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Let's look at this. I want to see just how awesome it's going to be. I mean, it looks amazing. I'm not going to lie to you.
All right, well, yeah, we'll look it up. Like when we were actually signing up, I do think that we need to sign up for it like around the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Start planning. That gives us like 3 months as opposed to like fucking 2 weeks like we did for the
The
Chicago
bike
one.
course begins along the OG London Bridge.
Oh yeah, I knew that was there. Yeah, like the
Literally
original London
riding
Bridge.
along the lake the whole time, which
Yeah.
with picturesque. It does have be prepared for rolling terrain throughout the entirety of the course.
Okay, so it's going to be worse than what we just did.
Yeah. It's going to be same, probably.
I bet it's going to be worse if it says rolling because this one said it was flat.
Well, I just think that they were full of shit with that verbiage.
No, I think like when it comes to the way they classify bike rides is when it's like below a certain amount of elevation gain, it's considered flat, and it was only like it was less than 300.
There was just no flatness on the second half to where you could just get into a steady ride on my bike. I got to get a better bike. Got to get a better bike.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, I do think we need better bikes. I would like to get one like next year, or maybe this off season, like when it's cold out.
Christmas time for myself. Christmas present for myself. It's gonna be a new bike.
Yeah, that would be neat. Yeah,
I don't know, man. Policies. Let's sell some insurance fast, man. Let's go.
Get some subscribers and sponsors reach out to us. So we need to get cool shit so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
and just continue this journey because it's been awesome, and it's so cool to like just be in a store and be stopped like I was today by that guy, and talking to him about it. I feel like I messed up his name.
Julian.
Julian, that's what it was.
You
Yeah, it
told
was
me to
Julian.
remember. I remember
Yeah, I
about how to
know.
do
And I was like, I
something.
don't think that was his name. Julian. Shout out Julian, man. It was
You're
really
welcome.
nice talking to you. Thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing and everything. And like I said, man, I know you said you're on a workout plan and you're gonna crush it, dude. Email us with updates, or I'll just see you
And,
at
and
the
if you
Outlaw.
have if you have another friend that wants to do it and they just don't have the motivation to do this right here.
Yeah,
Be
exactly.
that
That's what I said.
accountability buddy. I
Yeah, I
mean,
said Gerald, didn't I? I had a roommate in college named Gerald. I don't know why that was stuck in my head. Julian. Yeah,
Joel,
but yeah, but I mean, it's just cool. I mean, to have people. I mean, granted, I'm basically a walking billboard for the Chicago Triathlon right now.
no way.
But I'm
You
proud.
are.
I'm proud of us, dude. I'm proud of us, man. Like that was no shit. I feel more accomplished than I did after the St. Peter's win. I really do.
Yeah. I can't wait to do the St. Peter's one again next year, though. I'm gonna
Yeah.
just
I
dip.
I I I don't know if we should do the long one or if we should do the short one and just see how much better we got in a year. I kind of feel like we need to do the short one.
I was gonna push. I don't usually push to do the shorter one, okay? But I kind of want to do it just because the swim. I don't like the way they do the swim for the long course because there's like no room to pass anybody on
Yeah,
that
that's
swimming
true.
portion,
That's true.
and I kind of like how they start people off too. So like, if you're gonna do it in 5 minutes at 400, you can start off with the 5 minute people. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I will say after this, open water triathlons are the way to go.
it was awesome. It was
It's
scary,
just I felt
but
like
I
it
did
was a
it.
real triathlon where the other one wasn't, and that's not to take away from anyone who does it. It's still a fucking feat. It's still I still kind of can't believe that we did it. To be honest, I can't believe we've done half the shit we've done this year. But open water was like a real deal triathlon.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah. I was
very
proud of
cool.
myself. I think just finishing the swim, I was proud of myself because I was not having fun halfway through the swim. I was freezing. I was second guessing ever talking to Scott in the last 5 years because I was so. I licked my lips at one point and my lips were so cold. I was like, "Am I getting hypothermia?" Like I was.
I think that you just need to suck it the fuck up, baby.
I
We're
agree.
big guys. We can be cold.
Hey, I've been getting colder faster now.
Me,
Okay.
me too. Dude, I had to turn up the air conditioning in this house because I was freezing while I was working today. I was freezing, which is not like me. And it was only like 70 degrees in here, but I was fucking freezing. But it was so hot. I went on a walk earlier down to the beach earlier, and it was
I
it
got in
was
my
scorching.
car. It said 107 on my temperature gauge in my car when I left work today.
Yeah, that whole cock tease a few weeks ago of like fall's coming didn't last.
Would have loved that on Sunday. Let me tell you.
No kidding. I feel like we would have done it like 5 minutes faster if it was like 20 degrees less.
Yeah, I can tell you right now too. I will never just do water bottles, and that was something too. Like I will have to say this. Like I wish they would kick those people out of the race. People just throwing their water bottle after it's empty. Like I almost got hit like 3 times because they threw them across the street because of the oncoming traffic the other way.
Wait, what? You saw people throwing water bottles?
Oh, their water bottle would be out and they would just throw it because they just didn't want to like bend back down. Oh yeah, all day, dude.
I
All
didn't.
day.
I saw some water bottles on the street. I just thought they fell out. Because I forgot to tell you, my water bottle. The first drink I took on the bike. So I've been using my Trek a lot more, obviously, and not my road bike. And where the water bottle cage is at is different. And I literally just set my water bottle down, like just right next to the thing, and it somehow stayed. Like it was like leaning up against the crank. and like it just stayed there. And I was like, that looks weird. And then I reached back down. I was like, holy shit, this is not even in there. I would have been really sad if my water bottle would have fallen off, because then I would have had like no water the whole race. Because I slammed that whole thing on the bike ride.
Oh, I slammed my whole 1.5 liter fifty
Yeah,
camel pack on the bike ride, dude.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I intook a lot of water, a lot of water, a lot of Gatorade. Like I would hit the Gatorade up first, and then I would double fist the water, one for my mouth, one for my head. Like
Oh,
because that
I would
run is
slam
so
the
hot.
Gatorade, and then I would slam the Gatorade, then just dump the water on my face. Is what I did.
I almost dumped the Gatorade on my face so many times.
Oh, I did too, and I caught it right at the end. I would have been so pissed if I dumped Gatorade on myself. I would have been sticky and disgusting the rest. I probably would have quit if I would have done that. I probably would have quit. I would have been so miserable. I just would have dove back into the lake.
Hey, congratulations, man. I'm super pumped for both of us. I think this is the beginning of some big things. I know we have a lot of people that watch us YouTube, every one of the streaming networks and platforms, and they're all betting on us. And I think
That's
them,
true.
you know, their support helps us so much too. Like we're getting support from everywhere. And the whole
Yeah, it is
time,
funny. Like a lot of my friends text me Sunday night just because they watch the podcast, saying like, "Hey, how'd it go?" Or like, "Good." They text me good luck like Saturday night, and it's just cool, man. And
yeah. I mean,
man, I want more people
even
to come do it
the
with.
triathlon community, like all
Yeah,
the
there is.
people who participate in these races,
Well, except for
like
people throwing water bottles.
like Scott was always like, you don't have to say awesome job to everybody when you go past them. Like when we first started working out together, he'd be like, dude, you don't have to say that to everybody. You're
Yeah.
gonna try now. All of a sudden, you feel like the odd man out at these events if you're not saying good
Yeah,
work to people.
there was one guy like towards the end of the run. It was not too long after I passed you. Um, this dude, I heard him coming from behind me. He was struggling, man. Like I was walking, and he was running. He was not having a good time. He sounded like he was hurting bad, like grunting, like and like I was like, dude, you got this, man. I was like, you're making me look bad, and he was like, thank you, and like kept running, like kind of stopped doing it. I don't know. It was just it's cool. This time I did pull a Charles a little bit. I talked to a lot of people during the run.
It's so
I
much
did talk to a
fun.
lot of people during the
It,
run.
it is
Uh,
so much fun, dude. It is so much fun. This is
we
recreational.
mainly talked about the shit show that the transition area was, and we talked about how rough that second half of the bike was, and just how hot it was. I told a few people about the podcast. I doubt they remembered because we were all delusional, hot messes. But yeah, it was great. In the few times where I wasn't so out of breath that I could talk. I'm surprised I could talk to you when I was running, because I was running for a bit when I passed you.
Did
Which is
you
probably
see
like a
me on
quick
the
workout.
bike when I saw you too, or did you not see me until I said something?
No, I saw you. I was
Because
looking. I was like, I think that's him.
I'm sitting, I was like, man, I want to go over there and give him a high five. I'll just yell at him. Then part of me was like, just sneak past him so you can catch him. I'm like,
I
I'm
was looking
so.
for Alex. I was looking for Alex the whole time on the bike. I didn't see him.
He was going too fast on his
Yeah,
six
maybe I just
thousand
didn't.
dollar
I
bike.
didn't recognize him because he was a legit speed racer out there, and he looked like a goddamn professional.
Well, he was
Man,
like, oh,
seriously,
he
as
needs
soon
to
as he
stop.
gets swimming down, man, as soon as he gets swimming down, it is game over for us.
I'm never letting him beat me again either. Neither one of you are ever beating me again in a try. In a try.
I was gonna say one thing. I've been looking at joining a swim team. I've been
I'm
talking to
kind,
Charles about it.
I'm kind of down. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks really, really fun, and it's not a huge time commitment. We can go to the practices. They have like 3, 4 a week. We can go to whichever ones we want. I would say we go every other week, and then we pick like one big swim meet to do like every 3 months or 4 months or whatever. I don't know. I really want to do more research. I mean, this is where Scott's fucking jam is gonna be. But I actually was looking at times. there's some no shit swimmers in there, man. At first, I was like, oh, I could smoke a lot of these old people. No, I can't.
Oh, so you're not gonna? He thought he was gonna straight up the Guardian, Ashton Kutcher, the Guardian, it and break all the records when he
Yeah,
first.
no, because I looked at a few, but I was looking at like guys way older than me, and their records. But like guys in my age group, they can fucking move some damn water, dude. like they're no joke. But I think it'd be really fun, and that would be a side of me that I haven't felt. I kind of did it to try, but like swimming is different because you're working your ass off for the next 2 to 3 minutes, so you give it your fucking all, and it's crazy. Like I get really competitive with swimming.
Yeah, I know I can go faster now. I mean, what
Yeah,
you've seen me.
you can keep up with me. You can keep up with me like the first lap.
No, I can't.
Man,
No, I can't. Well, you mean while you're breaststroking and I'm freestyling? Yeah, I might be able
no,
to.
your first lap when we were swimming together more often, you could keep up with me the first lap. I wasn't sprinting, but like you could keep up.
I was sprinting. You weren't.
But the
But
thing is, I
like
mean, I did very well in the swim at the triathlon, but it showed that I'm really not that good. I'm a little better than average, which is good for a fucking 250-pound guy. But like, if I just
240
would have
pounder,
yeah, if I would
240
have stuck
pounder,
with it,
Bob.
man, like back when I was like thinner, I bet I could fucking fly in the pool if I really would have stuck with it. My like all throughout high school and stuff. I bet I would have.
I
I'd been
think
real good.
I think you're gonna get even faster. Obviously, I just have to get over the hump because I'm in a comfortable pace, and I can do that pace for a
Yeah,
mile
you could
and
do
a
it.
half,
It's like
mile,
it's like my breaststroke. Like your pace that you go at, you could do it for 5 miles if you really needed to, but
maybe.
you're not pushing yourself. And like
Yeah,
your heart rate's not high doing it.
yeah. I'm not like in the 120s whenever I'm swimming, dude. Like
That's nuts.
I'm coasting. I'm like I just want to survive. Like I think it's like the claustrophobia of swimming and drowning and my asthma just kind of gets to me and I
Yeah.
get a little anxiety whenever I'm swimming.
My endurance definitely has come back with swimming. Like I can when I was doing a practice, I swam a whole 800 freestyle, which I have not done since I was on swim team.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, like I haven't. I remember the first time that I like one of my many bouts with losing weight. The first time I was like, I'm gonna swim laps. I used to be so good at swimming. I'm gonna warm up with a 400 free. Boy, did I make it about 50 yards before I was like, nope, nope, no way.
What this guy do? What'd you do your first time swimming this year? Do you remember?
I think we just did a 25.
That's not what you
No,
did.
I did an IM at the end of practice to see
No,
if
you
I could
did it
still.
at the very beginning. You warmed up with an IM.
Yeah, I think you. Yeah, you're right.
You a little show off here, warming up.
So like that's one of the reasons I want to do the swim team thing because I want to do an IM again. I want to do a race IM. I really have to work on my butterfly, but I do want to do that. I think that's going to be a goal of mine.
Well, I'm just signing up for every event that you don't sign up for. So this could stay 3-1 right
Got to
now.
do them together. We got to do them together. That's the whole point of the thing.
Well, we can do them together, but I want to be out of the pool cheering you on. You can be out of the pool cheering me on when it's my turn. It's perfect like that.
All right. Well, then what are you going to do?
I'll do the backstroke.
I was pretty good at backs. I was good at pretty much everything. What's
I will,
funny is you guys
I
talk
will
about my
intentionally
breaststroke as
get
my worst
DQ'd.
stroke growing up.
I will intentionally get DQ'd every event just so it's not a win.
No, one thing that'll be real fun though, relays, dude. Relays were the most fun part of swim meets, dude. The most fun.
I got to get used to jumping in off a block again without losing my goggles.
Yeah, that'll be an adjustment for me as well.
Yeah.
Because I dove into the Y last time I went and my goggles flew off my face.
Oh, mine were fine. And when I jumped into the lake, even though
I
I
was
hit,
so worried my goggles were in. I put them on so tight.
I did too.
I knew I was gonna be diving in. Yeah.
Oh, my eyeballs would have frozen right away if they would have came. I probably just would have put my hand up and said, "I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out."
Well, this was fun.
Yeah.
It was a great weekend, man. It really was. I'm so happy that you have embraced this stuff with me and our buddy Alex for embracing this stuff too.
Yeah.
He definitely had a rougher weekend than the two of us, just with his bike. May he rest in peace. Pieces. Um, yeah, I mean,
I got the free. How about that free bike? Bike trailer.
yeah, yeah. So, I gotta try to figure that out. How we're gonna get Alex a new bike, and
We need about 10,000 followers.
yeah, yeah. Or maybe we'll set up a GoFundMe.
We could do a GoFundMe.
A GoFundMe. Nah, I don't know. We'll figure something out. I was gonna look at going the insurance route, but I don't think it's gonna work.
It's not.
I don't think it covers
You
some
think
fine art.
can I do a GoFundMe for a tri bike? Can I do that?
I mean, of course you could. Do people do like GoFundMe's to like get groceries to make deviled eggs and raise like 10 grand one time, just like as a joke? And like 10,000 people saw, like, I'll give them $1, you know?
All right, done. That's how we're getting tri bikes. Go
We're
fund our
starting a
tri.
GoFundMe. Yeah.
Go
We're
fund
starting
our
a
exercise addiction.
Patreon for our 30, 35, 40 subscribers. Patreon. $5 a month and you get the episode a day early. Or a special Q&A session. Shout outs every week. T-shirts. Just brainstorming here.
I
A
love.
fundraiser, a dead bike fundraiser. Um,
I love that.
the dead bike fundraiser.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. I wish my Facebook account wouldn't have gotten hacked, but my 5,000 friends I have on there.
I know, man. That's such a bummer. But
Oh,
if you can't tell, I'm kind of down. I feel really bad about Alex's bike. As good as I feel about the whole what we did this weekend, because all three of us did well, man. Because with how hot it was and how complicated everything was and how big
yeah.
time everything was, we could have really fucked ourselves up. And I was afraid I did during the run. I really was afraid I
You
did.
look like you were in a lot of pain whenever I saw you.
I was. There's no question about it. And you can see it in my finisher photos, which I'm super pumped to be able to like download because some of them are badass, man.
I love my photos, man. I can't wait to get them. I'm gonna show them to the wife as soon as we get off here. So
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. But I do think that'll do it for today. We thought it was gonna be a short one. It wasn't.
no, it was gonna be a short one because we were doing it there at the fountain.
Yeah, that's
You
something
know.
we do need to plan for sometime next like big event we do. Even just like a little segment there, just gotta change things up a bit. As awesome as the Fat Pad is, I am excited to be in the Fat Pad next week. I
Yep.
will be driving home from here, so it might. I don't know when I'm planning on leaving, so I don't know what. We'll talk. I mean, obviously we
Yeah,
talk
that's
every day,
fine.
so I'll try to get home around 5:30 or so.
You know what? We can do it on Tuesday.
That's true. That's very true.
Relax after your drive home, okay? Don't do what I did yesterday. Okay? Relax.
Damn, man. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment.
Thank you, guys.
We will see you guys next week. And we're going to end the episode with a moment of silence for the lost bike that happened this weekend.
Well, some
Thanks,
work got.
You too, buddy. See you guys.